Hi everyone, it's Jessica from Journaling with Jessica, and today I actually wanted to film a video for you guys about kind of all the planners I've used, to all the planners I've loved before, is what I'm calling it, right? So basically, I have some friends who are not part of the planner community, they're more part of the fountain pen community, who are interested in finding out more about different planners. And I felt like it might be easier for me to just film a video about it. So this video is really for them and for whoever else is interested in hearing about my planner journey. Okay, so let's get started. So I've been in planners for the past at least 10 years formally. And before that, I would have been using small notebooks that I would get in like regular stationery shops. And I would use those when I was in secondary school just to document all of the things that I needed to do each day. So I'd be in class and the teacher would give us an assignment, and I would just take my little notebook, open it up, and just jot it down, just write down, this is this paper to read, this is the essay that we have to complete, this is the time period we have to do it by, and that sort of thing. When I moved into higher education, so university, I realized that that little notebook wasn't enough, and that's where I came across the bullet journal method by Ryder Carroll. So when that happened, I had this notebook. It's just a plain lined notebook that I would have gotten from, what is the brand? I think it was Paper Republic or something like that. No, not Paper Republic, Piccadilly. I don't know. It was a random notebook that I got because I won voucher to a bookstore. Now, as I said, it's a lined notebook. So, of course, I wasn't able to do things, like set up things exactly like the bullet journal method, but I kind of did my best with it. It's not the best paper or anything like that. I wasn't using fountain pens at the time, so it really didn't matter. I would print off basically my schedule, and then I would just like write in all of my classes. I was saving up some stickers in the corner over here, and that's what I would do. I would just, let me see if I can find something that I can show without any problems. Okay, so I would kind of put I would stick in a blank calendar that I found online, because I didn't like having to draw out the squares on this lined paper, and I would just write in the days of the month and put whatever events or anything I have to do. On this side would just have other random things that I need to get done, so any thoughts and stuff that I have during the month, like what is this? I needed to photocopy a letter, I needed to upload a document, those types of things I put in this section here. Then I would do my daily, just whatever I need to do at that period of time. So I made it really simple, just ballpoint pen or whatever pen or pencil I was using at that point in time, put the date, put all the things I need to do. When that's finished, go to the next one. So really and truly, like as much of a like bullet journal method, daily log kind of situation. And I just put all my assignments in each section, and then again, so you just go in and I just put in my schedule, my timetable then for school, and then same thing. And I would just tick off the events or whatever, the things that I get done, and then X off the things that I'm not doing anymore, or I would just put a forward arrow to say for the things that I the things that I need to do later on. So I would have used this from October 2015 all the way up. Okay, so I can show this. So this would have been when things started to get really hectic at school, and I decided that instead of printing out the monthly calendars, I would instead just write out all of the days of the month. So this is more like the traditional bullet journal method, where you write down all the dates and then you just put in whatever events. I like putting a line to separate each week, instead of like highlighting the weekends, just to make things a little bit easier for myself. And then, well, as I said, things got a lot more hectic, so we kind of lose the pretty highlighters and whatever else. But that was basically how I did this book until the end of that school year. At that point, I took a trip well, for some of you, I guess you'd know I'm from the Caribbean. So I took a trip to Canada, and one of my cousins decided to gift me a planner for school because I told about how much I liked using my planner. I didn't have much access to anything. Here in the Caribbean, we would only have access to some very poorly made 1 day per page planners that would usually get released around Christmas time by like companies, like insurance companies would give them to your parents, and then it would sit in the house, or maybe they'll use it for something. And yeah, that's I had like those previously too, but I really wanted something pretty that I didn't have access to here at the time. So she purchased this one for me, and it's actually a Bando planner, which is a pretty good brand. I think they still sell some really fun planners. And this one was actually super fun. So this would have been from 2018 to 2019. But yeah, so this one was just like 1 week on a 2-day spread. And this is more, I would kind of journal a little bit in here, and then solar eclipse. I would kind of journal a little bit in here, and then when we went into school again, then I started using some pretty markers just to highlight what topics I had to do for the day, put some little quotes for myself. I didn't have any stickers really to use, so I wouldn't really, I didn't have anything to stick in. So I believe these hearts represented how many hours I studied for the day, if I remember correctly, because I was studying a lot. And these ones had really nice little cover pages and stuff like that. So it's a made planner then, and you just have to fill in your own aspects of stuff. Yeah, the little notes section. And then yeah, I was drawing a little bit, doodling in things, and then I had a few stickers, so I started sticking them in, and I continued with this one for quite some time until, what year is this? I think this would be December 2019, something along those lines. Oh, and you could see at the back where I started to think about how I would want to move forward with my planning situation. So I was actually practicing some layouts, considering going back to the bullet journal method, because at that time it was really popular to have a bullet journal, and I just thought, oh, okay, I did it before, I could do it again. So yeah, that's this one. Next, we went on to my first like fancy, pretty bullet journal method bullet journal. This notebook is another one that I would have bought somewhere in like a regular bookstore in Trinidad at the time. I was so excited because we didn't really have a lot of pretty notebooks that I liked, and this one came in fun colors. I decided to theme it as like a watermelon, and I made this little like charm to attach to it, and I was super proud of myself about it. It's kind of falling apart, which is sad. I also changed the color to green to make it more watermelon themed. But yeah, so this one would have been see, I have this would be my key that I would have used. This one I actually followed along with Amanda Reachley. She was super popular then. She's still really popular now. She makes her own planners now. But she would do bullet journal setups on YouTube, and I would look at them and I would use whatever setup she's doing, and I just followed it, and that would have been for the year of 2019. So I would have done some cute little goals here, and you set up for the year. Let me see, is there anything that I can't show? I wouldn't show this part. Yeah, I wanted to learn to cook, so this would have been my first setup for January. And then I would set up the months. So it's very similar to what I was doing before, because again, this is a lined notebook. So because it was a lined notebook, I ended up printing out the monthlies, and then I just decorate them a little bit by drawing in something to match, and then putting all the important details. I used to have some notes, and then with expenses. It's interesting to look back at the expenses because things are expensive now. Right. I study tracker, just a regular brain dump with just random things. And then I experimented with different layouts of what I would want the week to look like. So each week was a little bit different. So this one, as you can see, I did it like this kind of layout, and then this one I did more of the like lines, columns. This one was kind of similar to the previous ones. Then each month I would do a different design, write up a little thing there, and do like my brain dump and everything else. So There's nothing too crazy to see in here, honestly. Just me experimenting, using what I had available to me, which at the time I didn't have a lot of stickers. I would have bought these on Amazon at some point and I was super excited, but I also was stingy and didn't want to use them very much. I wouldn't necessarily follow everything from Amanda Rachley's videos. I would kind of I would do this part, the front page, and then everything else is kind of whatever I needed at the time. I think this might have been when, yeah, so this would have been when I started doing like I did a more relaxed type of spread because I had some more time. So I doodled a little bit more and just, you know, kind of free it up a little bit. I even had like a little packing list here, more information about school things, lots of randoms, just different spreads, just different styles of spreads of what was working at the time, because I was studying and doing, at that time I would have been going on the doing like practicals then, so we had to study and do practicals, so I kind of had to keep track of everything, you know. Yeah, so just showing you basically what the monthlies looked like each month. I got some big stickers. I was excited about those. Yeah, October. I think coming down to the end, this would have been when I started to post on Instagram, which I stopped after a while. So a lot of these will be on my Instagram. You can see them. This would have been, I forget what you call this method, but it's where you put the days of the week, put all the things that you need to get done, and then you just like mark it off for what day you actually did it. I was trying my best to track gratitude a lot here too. November was tea themed. And then I think, oh, this was a fun one. So I actually decided to print out some pages from the Passion Planner to see if I was interested in trying out the Passion Planner. It didn't really work for me. The layout is not like my favorite, and as I have seen now, this vertical layout does not work for me at all. So there's December, and yeah, that's this planner. I'm not gonna show anymore. I was just even junk in the back a little bit, right? So that was a big one. Then I decided to try out a traveler's notebook style setup. I could not afford an actual traveler's notebook at the time, but I did get this one off of, well, I saw it on Amazon. I asked for it for Christmas, and my boyfriend at the time bought it for me. My boyfriend or husband bought it for me. So I would have used this one for quite a while. I bought all of these inserts and everything off of Amazon. I was obsessed with trying to find cute things to use in here, and it would have been for 2020. I put my vision, it was sweetness everywhere, I guess, at that time. Oh, this is cute. I used to pick themes. So I pick themes for each month and kind of design my planner around that. And well, of course, you know, I have my key because I was, again, still doing the kind of bullet journal method. So this one, because I had actual square grids, I actually drew out my own spreads, which was fine. It was good at that time. So it's usually the same kind of concept. I think here I was putting in a little bit of what I was doing each day, because I didn't have an actual journal yet. I wasn't memory keeping just yet. So I kind of just put like a little blurb in there of what I was doing on any given day. And that was kind of how that went. Just each month setting up and trying to keep track of my spending. Crazy. Then this would have been the first part, I think. Yeah, the first half of my planner at the time, where I continued that method I was mentioning before, where you put the days of the week and put all of the things you need to do, and then you just tick off as you go along. I was also trying to put important tasks here, events here, and then I would put my gratitude in the corner. And I just kept that same layout all the way throughout, until I think this would have been, yeah, so COVID would have hit at some point during this planner. That would have been about March, and we were doing our practicals at the time, so we couldn't stay at the hospital anymore. We had to go back home. Where is it? right. There it is. Pack up to go home because we had to all leave. And then everything kind of just went really chaotic from there. But I tried to keep up my studying. We didn't know when we were going to have exams. It was really bad. What is that? We didn't know when we were going to have exams, anything like that. Eventually, of course, everything kind of sorted itself out. For this one, I also did something pretty cute, which was I made myself like a cute little, this would be inside the planner. I would use it inside the planner. This was supposed to be my year in pixels, which I didn't really complete, as you could see. And then I made this cute kind of accordion style fold out, and it just had like all important events and exams and everything. And yeah, this was really fun actually when I used it. So that's that one. Next, we moved on to, I needed something small to use on the go, and I thought this would work out. This did not work out. It is just this is from there. I would have gone into my internship at the time, and I would just kind of draw the months a little bit, and I would do a cover page, and then just try to put whatever activities I had each day. So you see the layout kind of remained the same, which was a horizontal on one side and then a blank page on the other side. And that was okay for a little bit. I just really wanted to finish off the year with this because I was going into my first year in the Hobonichi weeks. So this one of course comes with a story. I was eyeing the botanical Hobonichi weeks from since previous years, and I asked my sister, I begged my sister to get it for me for Christmas in 2020, and she bought it for me, and I was so happy. It was the first time. This is my first ever Hobonichi, which was this one, Hobonichi weeks. Again, as you can see, I used to put the themes of like how I'd want to use things, because now I was starting to get some more stickers, and I actually started working at this point as well, so my whole every thing was different. I also moved out from home, you know, for school. I moved away from home for work, so that was a big part of things too. From this one I had already moved out from home for work, but this one kind of tracked that a little bit better. So here you'd see I just would decorate it, and I used to put whatever was my favorite song of the month, which I thought was real fun, real cute. Now when I look back, I'm like, that's so silly. Whoever, if you know, you know. I just put my friends' birthdays on when I have to go to work, which was a lot. Oh my god, this is when I got COVID for the first time. Horrible. So yeah, I was good at it with this one, super good at it. I was using it all the time. I was always inside of this planner. I would put all the things I have to do. I would write all my appointments on one side. I would do put like a little note about what happened during the day, because I was into I'd started doing memory keeping at that point in time. So I liked having a little something here, either as gratitude or just like a reminder of what I did that day, so that I could actually follow up on it. So yeah, I did really, really well in this journal. I used it like every single week, I think. Yeah, I don't think I missed any weeks in here. And at some point during this journal would have been when I got back into using fountain pens. Maybe coming on to the end. And then in the notes section, can I show you what it was? Yeah, I can show you guys these 2 pages. So this would have been me doing my expense tracking. So I put a month, put a cute sticker, the amount, the store item. At some point later on, I start putting when I get paid. So I put how much I get paid and then put how much I spent. Try to calculate the total, try to calculate how much was billed, so that I would know how much of money I am spending and where I am spending it. So yeah, that was a good thing, and I might actually bring that back in my future journal. This area, then I'm just tracking books and movies I watched and stuff, and kind of giving them ratings. Oh my gosh, look, Jujutsu Kaisen season 1, that's crazy. That's actually crazy to see. Bridgerton, I gave Bridgerton 5 stars. Where is Demon Slayer Mugen Train? 5 stars, obviously. I love looking back at stuff like this. It's so funny. So yeah, and then just package tracking, wish list, gift ideas, more package tracking, just random ideas and notes and notes and notes. I just used to write. Yes, I would just fill it up, you know. What is that? Oh, fountain pen inks I wanted to try. Fun. Then came another Hobonichi Weeks. So I liked the first one so much. I was like, oh, it's so nice. I'm gonna do it twice. Did it again, but this time I was not as successful. Coming down to the end of the year, I stopped decorating it. I stopped really like doing it properly. So yeah, that didn't work out as well as I thought it would. My life did change. Things did change. My job was different at the time, and my needs changed. So this stopped working for me halfway through the year. So I tried using like a tiny little monthly that I made from what's this called, Travelers Company, like notebook. And I have a little fake brown Travelers Company, not Travelers Company, Travelers notebook, a passport size that I was using with this one, but I don't know where that is right now. I know where it is, but it's just not going to fit, right? So then for the following year, I ended up saying, okay, I'm gonna try something different. At the time, I think I had already started using Hobonichis, but more for journaling than for planning. So this cover was a cover that I really liked from Hobonichi, but I was not using a Hobonichi A6 that year, and I still ordered it because I bought the Take a Note planner. So Take a Note planner, it is Tomoe River paper as well, like the Hobonichi Weeks, but it's a nice thick one, you know, thick. It's a thick Tomoe River paper. And I just started decorating. This one, my goal at the time, because I started to have way too many stickers, between me buying stickers and my friend giving me stickers, like sending a box load of stickers from Japan, I had too many stickers. So I was like, okay, we're gonna use up as much as possible. We still haven't used up a lot. So yeah, started to decorate. Every month I would do the decoration, and then I was still using my themes. As you can see, I fell off eventually. For this planner, the layout is find somewhere not totally blank. The layout for the Take a Note, okay, can I see that? The layout for the Take a Note is interesting. It is the weeks, all the days of the week are spread out on the side, on half of the page, and then the other half is just a line for that day, and then they have each page split into 2 days for the rest of the week. So I thought it was interesting. I thought maybe it would work for me because I needed a kind of almost like a daily log, similar to the bullet journal method, but I needed a little bit more structure because just drawing up and doing everything was taking up too much of my time. So I did manage to use this for about 6 months. I'm kind of not slowing down because I have some things. I doubt y'all could read it because my handwriting was so fine. But right, so my structure was just, I put my work schedule, put my to-dos, and, you know, all the things that I get done, put a little bit of washi for decorations, put what I'm grateful for, and then I would write whatever I did that day, again, because I had started having like a memory keeping journal. So this would just be like a short blurb of information so that I could put it somewhere else later on. And this worked well. Again, this worked well for a little while. It worked well for about 6 months. It's very cute, very aesthetic, if I do say so myself, but it was not working for me because I wouldn't plan anything. I would take the time and decorate and make everything look pretty, but I wouldn't plan anything in here. I would write things after I've already done it. And just, you know, it wasn't useful in that sense. So I ended up stopping this one halfway through the year and being in planner limbo for a few months. Well, and during that planner limbo, I got this tiny pocket Zekens book, which I again create a little key for. I decided to just theme it as like that kind of pink color. I barely use the front because I don't really use those types of pages. It is what it is. And I just started setting up a very like you know, typical kind of bullet journal setup to see if it would help. It was something. I tried, but it didn't really work as necessarily. And then I just did what's that? Okay. And then I kind of just did rapid login in between and set up a little bit in between, and daily login, daily rapid log, what am I saying? I would do like the logs and then set up again, and I just used that until the end of the year because my brain was fried. I was trying to buy my car. I had to have surgery that year. My job was changing. A lot was going on, and I just could not deal with it in like having a structure that wasn't working. So this, just a book to write, was working really well, which you will see will come back in the future. We went back to Hobonichi Weeks. I don't know why I did it. I know why I did it. I did it because look at this cover. It's so beautiful. This is like the last botanical, I think, besides the one that they did on the Hun. And I already had a notebook with that one, but look at how beautiful it is. So I went back. And this was 2024, which was the last year, which was the year that I was getting married. And I just completely fell off. There's barely any decoration in it. The monthlies, I think, are all blank. Yeah, the monthlies are pretty much all blank. It's sad too because this was like the last year of nice paper. Because after this, the Tomoe River paper was like bad. But I kind of would just write just priorities, my goals, my to-do list, which I wasn't completing, and then I would put just small little blurbs about my day. Again, because I was memory keeping, so I just needed the information there. So this failure made me realize that, okay, this is not working for me. So your girl changed things around again. And we went to this. This is a Sterling Ink. A Sterling Ink common planner in the B6 slim size for 2025, which is this year. Now, this is not even my final form. There's more after this. So I started this one and was doing okay. Well, I shouldn't lie. I wasn't doing okay. I did January. Yeah, January was really pretty. I loved it. Posted it up. Did February. I was like, so cute. Love that. March, no. Every other month, no. Oops. Every other month, no. So can I show this? Yeah. So what I ended up doing here was I was trying to do the same layout that I used to do back when I was in school. And I don't know, it just didn't work for me the way that I thought it would. I did like write in my schedule and try to put in all my tasks, but I just wasn't using it the way that I thought I would use it. I wasn't keeping track of anything really. I did it for maybe 1 week and then a week or two, see, not very long. My goal at the time was kind of to use up stickers and washi tape, so I thought getting a bigger book would be better because I'd have more space. But the more space didn't really work out, so I ended up transferring this into like a Dear Diary journal, and I just started daily, like morning pages journaling it. Not really morning, more like afternoon pages. And it turned into my burn book, pretty much. It turned into my burn book. I just started writing about things and people and what was upsetting me and using stickers and washi and fountain pens and having a great time. So that one it failed. That was this year. So from there, well, maybe let's not say failed. It changed. So then I reached where I am now, which is this. This is the Yard Leathersmith leather cover with a Sterling Ink common planner, and this is the compact foliar in the passport size. And I just kind of revamped my whole lineup, which was, I just used this instead. So let me see if I can find a blank layout, because I've actually been using this one religiously. Okay, so this is a random blank one that I kind of decorated already. So the layout, as you can see, is horizontal, which I was surprised that I enjoyed. It's horizontal and it is 1 week on 2 pages. And it's just so small and so easy for me to keep track of and to use and to walk around with that it was perfect for me for this year. I would just put down any important tasks. I would, well, I shouldn't say tasks. I haven't been using it for tasks. It's more about having somewhere to just rapid log like my memories and things that I want to elaborate on further than in my 5-year journal. And I would also just put my schedule. I don't want to show my schedule like coming up because I think you all stalk me or something. I would put like my work schedule right there, we go, and I would use stickers to do it. So I have a lot of these tiny stickers that I wasn't using, And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just put lots and lots of stickers in here. So for example, this little sticker, that silly little guy, that means I did a workout. This little sticker means that I was on call at work, and then everything else I would just decorate. So it was quick. I could decorate the whole month in like a half an hour time, just slap down some stickers, make it look pretty, and then just as the days go on, I just fill in things. I just fill in whatever I did at any given time, put what, you know, whatever happened that day, put if I went to the gym, and then that's how it helped me keep track of the things that I was getting done. And then at the back of it, I would just kind of write in anything else, somewhat of a daily log. Mostly I would in the monthlies, I would just document when my friends' birthdays are and when I'm working, friends and family's birthdays I should say. And yeah, so the monthlies always remain pretty blank. I will just make it kind of pretty with stickers and washi tape and stuff. And yeah, so this has been working out really well for me. I was using fountain pens in it all the time, and it made me realize that like I don't need a lot to make my planner make sense. I really just need a space that I'm comfortable in. I do miss having like a section for just my to-dos, because with this one I don't have a lot of space to write what are my to-dos for any given day. But I also don't particularly like having like the too much space, so I don't like a book that's too big. So that's where we get into where I'm at now. Okay, it's kind of probably reflected. So for 2026, I decided on another Sterling ink, but this time I'm going with the Sterling ink daily planner, and this is in the pocket size. The cover is also from the Yard Leather Smith. I got like a custom order, and I didn't necessarily want a daily planner because of how fat it would be. I actually wanted something basically the same layout that was in here, but just in a slightly bigger size, in the pocket size, which is this one. But she didn't have anything available with the horizontal layouts that I liked in this pocket size. So my plan is to I might forget and not use these monthly pages in the front, but my plan is to use this as a mix of a bullet journal plus the planner that I already had from before. So I'm kind of mixing everything together in this planner. We're gonna do some deco and the month, put a quote to start the month, a calendar that I will draw or I'll list out, and put my priorities. Then I'm planning to track my spending a little bit better because that has been a bit chaotic this year. And then from here, I'm just going to draw the weeklies. So the same type of layout that I would have had in this current planner, but I'll be drawing them for myself. And I bought these stickers from Sterling ink to use to just make everything look really uniform. And after I complete putting in my weeklies, the rest of the month, because it's, as I said, 1 day per page, the rest of the month will be like bullet journal style. So it'll be a daily log, just putting in tasks, notes, anything that happened during that month that I need documented will go in here. And I plan to hopefully continue doing that every month for this year. I haven't set up anything just yet because I don't want my deco to like match, kind of similarly to how this one, it was some specific sticker sheets I was using that made everything match and cohesive. So I'm hoping to do that, and yeah, we'll see how we go. Maybe I'll do a flip through of this journal alone at some point. But yeah, that is my planner journey. I honestly can't believe that I have so many planners. I also can't believe how long this video is. But you know, it is what it is. Everybody has to start somewhere, right? Yeah, that's me. That's my journals. So not even my journals, these are just my planners. I could do a whole different video on just journals alone. Like I have a stack of just journals, whether that be memory keeping, emotional journals as I like to call them. Yeah, that's something for a different video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, you could leave a comment. You could let me know if there's anything you wanted to see more of, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.